13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft.
You're going to be a great fit for the defense.
The Baltimore Ravens select.
So we're going to make you a Baltimore Raven.
Kyle Hamilton. In the 2024 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Nate Wiggins, defensive back, Clemson.
This is Nate.
Hey, this is Eric DeCosta, general manager of the Ravens.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. How would you feel about coming to Baltimore? Yeah.
Swear to God, I got a good one. I swear to God, Coach. I got the best one, Coach. I swear to God, I'm the best cornerback. I swear. I'm not gonna let you down. I'm not gonna let you down, Coach. I swear to God.
Over the last few seasons here in Baltimore, they have been just a few steps away from potentially winning it all. And this offseason, it felt different. The aura was totally changed, and the first move they made was going out there and bringing in one of the best running backs we've seen over the past decade in Derrick Henry to pair up with Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and Patrick Ricard. I mean, this running game is going to be absolutely insane. But not only did they improve in terms of that, but they also went into the NFL draft and absolutely dominating, bringing in some day one starters, including guys like Nate Wiggins and Roger Rosengarten, but also adding a guy in Adisa Isaac. Guys, in this video, we're going to break down exactly why I believe the Baltimore Ravens have done enough to get over the hump, and most importantly, why these rookies, especially Nate Wiggins, is going to make them one of the best defenses in the NFL once again, but push them over the hump and potentially have them competing for a Super Bowl this season. Now, in a minute, we're going to go over some of their highlights, some of their film. We're going to break it down. Before we do that, though, I want to give you some early impressions on Nate Wiggins and Roger Rosengarten and Adisa Isaac. I want to show you what these guys have been doing in their first impressions at rookie minicamp. Now, before I jump right into that, do me a favor and comment down below a record prediction for the Ravens this season. And also, comment down below, who do you think is the biggest threat to the Ravens as well? Is it still the Kansas City Chiefs, or do you think another team has making that next jump up to stardom this season? Now, with that being said, let's dive right into some rookie minicamp impressions before we get into the film. Now, when you just break down who Nate Wiggins is as a player, his mindset with all of the characteristics of a football player, this is basically a dream for a defensive coordinator. Now, I do know the Ravens lost Mike Macdonald, so I'm very curious to see how this defense runs next season without him. But when you talk about Nate Wiggins, he's got a rare combination of just coverage talent and traits like that tall, lengthiness, fast with rare recovery speed when he's beaten. This is a guy who can squeeze a little tighter from off-man coverage, while his range as a cover 3 corner makes him a dangerous option to throw near as well. Not only can he drop back into his zone, but he can play man coverage if you want to run a zero blitz, which is what the Ravens love to do, right? He's got a smooth back pedal. He's got outstanding feel for the rhythm of a route. His hips are always on a swivel. Instinctive. The dude has everything you want in a cornerback, especially at the NFL level, and they got him here pretty much late in the first round. I thought this was an absolute steal for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, throughout minicamp so far, or rookie minicamp I should say, John Harbaugh actually said he's looked really good. He also was quoted saying, as good as he looked technique-wise, there are still so many things that he needs to get better at, but he's open to it. And that's the part of it. So obviously, Nate Wiggins off the jump, they know what they're getting with him, but at the same time, they want to make sure he's going to continue to ramp up, continue to get better, and fit in right with this defense come time for the start of the regular season. Now let's break down some film. I'm going to show you exactly why he fits perfectly with this Ravens defense. Okay, on this first play, it's not even going to be a coverage. And you might be asking, well, why are you showing a running back break up the middle for a massive gain, right? Now, the one thing I love about Nate Wiggins is we talked about his recovery speed earlier in the video, and that is one thing that I love about Nate Wiggins. Someone who will never give up, who will fight to the end of the whistle on every single snap. On this play specifically, we see the Miami Hurricanes run up the middle for what seems to be a massive touchdown. But out of nowhere, Nate Wiggins is going to show up on the right side of your screen, come out of nowhere, fly in, and make a big play forcing a fumble at the 1-yard line. I mean, guys, I don't even know if you go back and look at this play developing, I don't even know where Nate Wiggins is, if I'm being quite honest with you. My belief is he is probably at the top of your screen over here somewhere, but the fact that he was able to make a comeback here just shows you the recovery speed, but also the mindset of wanting to make a play on every single possession. Now, in a minute, we're actually going to look at some of his cover skills versus guys like Zay Flowers at Boston College and some other guys as well. Before we get into that, I want you guys to do me a big favor. Hit that like button just so we can get this video out to more Ravens fans around the world. But also, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, man. We are going to be covering the Ravens throughout the entirety of the offseason. OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season. I want to keep you guys updated through it all. Now, in this video, or before we get back into the video, make sure you guys do those things and comment down below more Ravens film if you want to see more of these type of videos. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the play. So what we're going to see here is kind of a crossing route by the wide receiver. Nate Wiggins, you have to take an approach where he goes around this little screen here by the offense. Now let's watch how this play breaks down. So boom, we're gonna have this guy kind of getting into the way, a little bit of a screen here for this drag over the middle. So Nate Wiggins goes around it, but he has great pursuit, great ability to, get that burst of speed up and make a big play on the ball, ball carrier. Boom, big time tackle. Another reason I love a guy like Nate Wiggins, he is not scared at all to come up and run for. I know that's not a run, but he is a guy that will put his body on the line every single time if he needs to, man. I'm telling you right now, he's got everything you want in a corner. Again, good rub route there by, the tight end just getting in the way of the corner, Nate Wiggins, and then boom, comes up, big time tackle. These are the things you want to see, especially out of your day 1 draft pick. Now, this first play I want to show you guys is very interesting. It's actually him versus Zay Flowers, the former Boston College, now Baltimore Raven wide receiver, a guy who's very good at getting open, especially when he was at BC. The man was dominating, cornerbacks in the NCAA. Now, this play specifically, you're going to see him run up. He's going to stagger. He's going to go up again. And he's going to plant his foot in the ground and kind of outbreak here. But the entire time, Nate Wiggins is on him like glue, right? This is what you're going to get out of a guy like Nate Wiggins, right? Boom, there's your stagger. Going to go back up. Boom, plant the foot in the ground. Nate Wiggins, I mean, he is so instinctive and such good play recognition when it comes to routes by wide receivers. This man, I'm telling you right away, is going to be an impactful player for the Ravens, but also at a high level. His decisiveness, his size, his speed, and even his ability to come up and run sport is just insane. All right, here we go. Another really good play here by Nate Wiggins. You're going to see him at the top of your screen. Everything else, man coverage, right? You got one deep safety look here at the middle of the field. You got a mid read, and then you probably got man coverage here with the running back as well. So basically what we're looking at here is just how well can Nate Wiggins stick on his man. So boom, here we go. Let's see how this play breaks down. Quarterback going to snap the ball. Now, the main thing is good backpedal here by Nate Wiggins, but reading and reacting to the wide receiver in his footwork. Boom, he's going to stop real short and watch Nate Wiggins read it perfectly, jump the route, and get a beautiful interception down the left sideline. Absolutely amazing. Let's watch this one more time. Again, I think he just does an amazing job reading and reacting, has good route recognition and anticipation of what the quarterback wants to do here. And again, he knows the entire time he can bait these kind of throws. When you're playing off coverage like this, he knows his limitations. He knows where he has to be in order to jump a route. Just a lazy route by the wide receiver, and he takes advantage of it. This is, again, the Ravens love to play that man defense. I mean, they got the corners for it as well, especially with Nate Wiggins. Now, another guy I really do like here for the Baltimore Ravens is third-round pick Adisa Isaac. Now, I don't think there's too big of a need that he's gonna have to play right away, but someone that they can slowly develop. This is an edge rusher who I thought actually would have went a little bit sooner in this year's draft, but I think he landed in a perfect spot. Obviously, he's been a team captain for a while now. On this play specifically, we're going to see something really cool here. So he's going to start here. He's going to bounce to the outside and just attack this A-gap, right? Now, number 74 here is going to make a really bad decision and expect the center to help out right away. But since he's starting off so far to the right, this center makes a decision to go this way, right, with the offensive line, leaving that A-gap pretty much wide open. And the one thing I love about Adisa Isaac is his speed, athleticism, and ability to make plays, right? A boom. Again, 72 is going to draw that attention from the interior defensive lineman. Great job, great scheme by the defense. And 174 decides, okay, I want to pass him off to the center. Yeah, the center is not there. Adisa Isaac is able to get right in there for an easy sack on the quarterback. And these are things that he can bring to the Ravens, and I think he's got a ton of potential. Now, another thing I love about Adisa Isaac, dude, he is just elite coming off the edge, man. He's going to scream off and get right to the quarterback. Now, when you look at overall his game film, he's primarily an outside rusher, but also has decent inside move as well. But the main thing, his snap quickness combining with, his active hands and feet, dude, it helps him so much get around blocks. Now, watch this play specifically. This is another really good one. Just uses his, speed on 3rd and 7, gets around this right tackle, and boom. I mean, you look at that speed, athleticism, bends around the corner. A little bit of a face mask there, but you know what? It wasn't called, right? Boom, gets a nice little sack there on 3rd and 7. Big time playmaker, guys. This is a guy I think could develop into a stud. He played at Penn State. Do not sleep on this pick at all, because listen, the Ravens last year ranked number 7 in QB sack percentage. But I think a guy like Adisa Isaac could come in on spots, when Kyle Van Noy needs a break. And I think he can make some big-time plays for this Ravens defense. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in terms of Adisa Isaac is, he's a hustler. He definitely gets going on efficient angles to short-circuit run plays from the backside as well. In this one specifically, we see him just get in there, take a good pursuit angle. You see him right here at the top of your screen. He's going to get in there, just make a big play in the backfield and running back. Efficient angles. The man knows what to do on run plays. I think he's a dual threat to stop the run, but also a guy who can really get to the quarterback, man. He's a little light, but I love the mindset, the competitiveness, the never give up mentality. This is a guy who will play through the whistle, and he'll make sure he's getting everything out of every single snap, no matter what. And I think he's got some work to do, but at the end of the day, I think he's got some real good capabilities, and I think he could actually be maybe a year 2 starter if Kyle Van Noy is not here with the team next year. I think this dude's got a ton of potential. Let me know what you guys think about Nate Wiggins and Adisa Isaac. Real quickly, I want to break down a little bit of what we've heard from Roger Rosengarten, and then we'll close out this video. Now, coming into the draft, the Ravens kind of knew that they needed to use one of their high-end picks on an offensive lineman that could really help alleviate many of the departures of what the Baltimore Ravens had to deal with this offseason. But adding a guy like Roger Rosengarten, arguably the best pass-blocking pure right tackle in this year's draft, he should be a day 1 starter for this team. I mean, the fact that they were able to get him in the 2nd round is absolutely incredible, and I would not be surprised at all if he is a day 1 starter, operating as a blindside protector for the left-handed gunslinger Michael Penix back in college. He won't be asked to be a blindside protector, but also as a guy who was not responsible for 1 sack allowed during his final 2 seasons, right? This is a guy who has improved as a run blocker from 2022 to 2023, but also at the end of the day, this is the guy who's going to be absolutely massive for what they're trying to do this year, protecting Lamar Jackson, but also building a future at this offensive line. I think Rosengarten not only will be a starter this year, but will be, one of the best pieces along this offensive line for the next decade and a half. That's how good of a player I think he will be, and what he showed, during rookie minicamp. I know it's not too much because no pads, no contact and whatnot, and that's what you need to see for offensive linemen. But Roger Rosengarten, man, he's going to come in here and make a big time, upgrade, be a big time upgrade for this offensive line going forward. Let me know what you guys think about some of these rookies, but in my eyes, I am so excited to see them get back on the field with some of these veterans and see how they work under pressure in preseason and in training camp with joint practices. I'm excited. Who I'm most excited for? Definitely Nate Wiggins, dude. I think Nate Wiggins is going to be a dog, man. The mentality, even Isaac, dude, they always find a way to bring in some really good players. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and hopefully we'll get another Ravens video out soon. Peace.